about us and regular raps, y'all. Well, one thing about Victor is that if you send him music and if anything is out of tune, his ears are gonna perk up, his eyebrows gonna go up like,
Yeah.
you
Well,
know,
I mean, okay. So in my defense, I'm a systems guy, right? Like I see holes and mistakes in a lot of things. This is the reason why people call me to, kind of fix things or put things together. Like I have a knack for seeing what's wrong in a situation so I'll know what to fix.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So like even in music, I can tell if something's distracting or whatever, so that I know what needs to be fixed, and how to fix it. So um I train my ear for it. So but to be a great engineer, you got to figure out what the problems are. I don't know if it's like a building or whatever.
Yeah.
You got to figure out where the problems are. You got to know how to fix it.
So how do you like in summary? I know this can be a long topic to
It's a
talk about,
podcast. It's no.
but how did you train your ears, or how could somebody easily train their ears to know what sounds good and know what sounds bad?
It's I don't know if it's like an easy thing. It's not a simple fix. Like this is 25 years of just hearing the same music,
Yeah,
um, studying, what works, and listening to a lot of what doesn't work, and trying to figure out how to fix it, how to make it right. Um, Having bad sessions and um, having great sessions and sitting in with sessions with people, national producers, and picking their brains and trying to figure out what they love or like what they think about certain things, and then me going back and listening with their ears, on why things are wrong or why things are not in its proper place, and then just learning. It's not something that is simple. It's something that has to be intentional.
yeah.
You have to be intentional on how you um uh, how you perfect your craft. You
Hmm.
have to be intentional about that. So I was intentional about perfecting my craft.
I guess it's self awareness too, of your own craft
Yeah.
and awareness
Believe
of.
me, a lot of me, it was yeah, a lot, especially in the beginning, it was me just trying to figure out like what's wrong with this. I can't understand. Somebody tell me. And so
Yeah,
going to, like, the Bible talks about a multitude of counselors, there's safety. There's a multitude of people that I went to
mm,
that I learned a lot from. I'm still learning.
yeah,
I
yeah,
still
yeah.
have mentors and stuff like that I go to, and I just ask questions, even if I know the answer to it.
Hmm.
I just ask,
Yeah.
and because I want their perspective on it. They might have a different perspective, even if it's still the right answer. It's a different way of how they came to it. So,
Mm. I don't think I went to a lot of people. For me, I have a good ear for music.
mhm.
I just self-taught myself by listening to what sound good. I think YouTube later on helped out, but for me, it was
Yeah,
just making mistakes, and
yeah,
becoming aware of my mistakes of what sounded
right,
bad, and then putting something out. And then as I grew, went back to listen to it. It's like, why did I put that out? And got better, like
yeah,
intentionally got better because I
right,
listened to other people's music. It was like, that sounds hot. I want my song to be at that level.
right.
So that was the other thing we always talked about, was listening to other music of the pros who already made it, who
Yep.
already have good comments and reviews of fans, and
Hmm.
really paying attention to observing like what makes their music really good. And also I think just beginning to understand like the structure of music, like teaching yourself like what makes sense, like where to put like things like ad libs, dubs, how loud to make it, how
Right,
quiet,
right.
and just like where to place hooks and bridges and stuff like that. But that
Yeah,
that does take time and experience. I know what you
it
mean
does.
by that. You
But let
can't.
me tell you that this is a hack that I tell producers to do. And I know we talked about this before when another producer came on um, a while back. But take your favorite song or your favorite track and redo it. But don't redo it like you. Redo it like them. Like make the 808s, make the hi-hats, make the the sounds, the strings, the guitars, make it exactly how they did it,
Mhm.
not your own interpretation of it. Figure out what they did, and that'll teach you a lot, because you have to literally like study and try to match exactly how they did it.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I did when I first got started. I
Mm.
loved music. I just wanted to remake, and just I was curious on how they did it. And so I tried not to like throw Vic in it. I wanted to figure out what they did,
Yeah.
So I jumped leaps and bounds just by doing that.
Mm. That's an interesting. That's a good tip. I can see how that can make you better as a
Hmm.
producer, because you're trying to reach and mirror somebody who's like music is like top notch.
Right.
And if you can get up there, then you're
Yep.
close. You're doing
Yeah.
something good.
Yeah. Exactly. Like it should. Now I'm not saying it's going to be perfect, but if you can figure out how to get close to it,
Mm-hmm.
like you would have learned a lot.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So
So
yeah. Pro tip
le-
of the day.
lesson 101 by Victor Smith from Sanctified Sound, y'all.
Yeah.